I don't ask people things to do for me, things that require significant trust when I have just met them. I just focus on knowing them.
Wow. Cause like knowing them easier even to be the same significant like them.
Exactly. People will never care until they realize that you care.
Wow. I'm telling you.
They will never.
Even have dreams to host Mr. President Paul Kagame, so
yeah, it is possible.
Yeah,
it is possible.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you it is possible.
Yeah.
The power of visualization. You have to visualize things and you see them happen.
Sure.
It can happen.
Oh.
One of the things I need to challenge you is think about the 5 people that can take you to President Kagame and make it possible to bring him on the podcast. Look at the 5, you 5 plus the 4 others that you know. This is terrifying and exciting. Question 2.
Question 2. Let's go. You are coming back on my things.
Question 2.
So it goes like you met with Obama.
Okay. Yeah.
So nirihe jambo rya mbere ryakujemo cyane nicyo kibazo cya mbere cyakujemo wumva wamubaza bwa mbere mu gihe impression yari imeze gute?
Impression yari imeze ite? It was unbelievable. There is a unique story around Obama and me. I first got to know Obama, of course, like everyone else, in 2008. And I was a student leader in our school. And during the time when he was giving the presidential speech, the inauguration speech, I made sure that the whole school stopped and we watched the inauguration speech. So that's number 1. Then I started, of course, to follow his journey, his inspiration. When we met in 2018,
the time we started,
first of all, like everyone, I was excited and I could not believe. But always, the first question that I had in mind, I really wanted to ask him,
here we go. It's always good vibes. It's always a good vibes when it comes for this podcast. Just we bring you into a good vibes. And it's called Ismail Papimuhinda, and my name is Ismail Papimuhinda. Maybe someone from abroad, maybe you're not understanding my Kinyarwanda. By the way, we are Rwandans, so we are mixing Kinyarwanda and the English. We are Englishing. We are just joking, but here is my names. But of course, you should be now starting to follow back. I mean, you can go on our platforms like Instagram and TikTok. We like Ismail House Experience. We have a very beautiful shorts. We are just trying to teasing you. And come up to the our YouTube channel. It's a smart pod. Make sure that you hit subscribe, like, share the comment. Leave your comment, my friend. What are you going to what will be your solution? So here we go. It's always good vibes, always welcome. So nakubwiye ko tugiye kuganira byinshi bitandukanye. Uyu munsi dufite special guest turaza kuganira by'imihariko dushingiye kumenya afite. When you say cyangwa ushaka urumvisha ijambo ryitwa Leads Mind Africa. Leads Mind Africa navuga ko ari imwe muri NGO, right? It's NGO yequiping urubyiruko for the next generation mu buryo butandukanye, through trainings, through entrepreneurship, through a lot. That's why we are here. We are not in Leads Mind Africa podcast. We are in My Honest Chat podcast. But I'm with CEO of Leads Mind Africa. I'm now with the CEO with the I think like with these mindset CEOs, you know, maybe I'm even CEO. I can't even I'm just joking. Mr. Enoch Nkuranga, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Ismail.
Yeah, man, I can see.
It's always a pleasure to be hosted and share what I'm learning, things that I'm observing along this journey of life.
Yeah.
So I am honored to be on the Honest Chat podcast.
Wow, my Honest Chat.
Yes.
Here we go. So yitwa Nkuranga cyangwa se Enoch Nkuranga, akaba ari umuyobozi wa Leeds Mind Africa. Tugiye kuganira kuri topic nziza cyane twateguye uyu munsi, ariko rero mbere ko tuyiganiraho reka manze nkubaze, ese wakoze like, wakoze comment, washarinze iki kiganiro, like wamaze kuba tayari? Kuko no need of nkunda kwibwira abantu umunsi ari nk'Imana izabaza ati washarinze ibintu bidafite agaciro, iby'agaciro bireka. Why? Do that right now. Before we jump into our topic, why Leeds Mind Africa?
Thank you for that question. Actually, nanjye nashakaga kubwira abantu ngo ndi umunyarwanda, nzi ikinyarwanda, nitwa Nkuranga Enoch. Natangiye umushinga bita Lead Minds Africa, ariko mukanya urambajije ngo nukubera iki Lead Minds Africa. So we all have a story.
Sure.
I grew up I was born and raised and educated in Uganda. But my parents of course immigrated from here to Uganda. So I grew up in a small village, on a farm. But I was lucky to go to school and receive a high quality education. Then when I got an opportunity to go to university, I was at that stage in my life where I started to ask myself big questions, big life questions. What do I need to do? You know, I have been lucky to receive an education. It has opened my mind. I am looking at the world in a different way. But then I didn't forget the village where I grew and was raised from. So I started to ask myself questions along the line of what do I really need to do to elevate other people's lives, to bring other people along the journey. And the more I asked myself such questions, the more I started to identify things I cared about, things that really inspired me, things that excited me when I did them. My first job actually was in a school in Rwanda. I was working in Ramagana at a secondary school, started by an organization called Cornerstone Development.
It's a Cornerstone Leadership Academy now.
Cornerstone Leadership Academy. So I started to really, the job really put me in a position where I worked with young people, and started to listen to questions they were asking and the answers they were looking for. That is what made me realize that the best way to transform Africa, the best way to put Africa on a different path, solve issues like unemployment, solve big challenges like poverty. The best way we needed to do was to train young people, to equip young people with 21st century skills, that they, not necessarily that they get jobs, but they are positioned to create jobs, to look at themselves and realize that they have potential and they have the skills, and there is opportunity for them to really create the change they want to see on the African continent. So I reached a point where I had ignored that call for so long, and in 2020, that's when I really stepped forward full time, and founded Lead Minds Africa. I mean, started working full time on Lead Minds Africa to create a platform where young people can be equipped to really go back into their communities, look at their countries and the African continent, and don't look at the government, don't look at anyone else from afar, but look at themselves as the most important asset that Africa has, and really step forward to contribute to the transformation of Africa.
This is truly, because it says that equipping the next generation of African leaders and entrepreneurs to breathe a better world.
Yes.
Wow, this is amazing. That's why, like, I think we're even missing like these kind of let me call it a projects which can equip, like, we are generation ikiri ntoya ariko sokwa ikiri ntoya iri nto mu bitekerezo dushingiye cyane cyane kumenyi rimwe na rimwe twadaptinga tudakeneye ubwo dukeneye ntitubukoreho. I think mu kuzana ibitekerezo nk'icyo ngicyo, it's just one question for that. Hari challenge wari warabonye tushobora kuba turimo gufacinga, what was that?
So ubu ngubu ndashaka nguhe nka statistics.
Sure.
U Rwanda maiden age, cyo bita maiden age, ni 19.5. So the biggest number of Rwandan citizens are young people.
Yes.
In the age bracket, like the biggest number falls in 19.5. You get the point?
Sure.
When you look at a country like Uganda, 80% of the population is below the age of 35. When you are looking at the age bracket of 14 to 25, the population is 64%. Young people, 64%. If you are looking at that age bracket, so it means that the East African region is very young. You relate it to what is happening in Kenya right now.
Exactly.
The young people are the ones that have been on the streets, demanding that the finance bill be revised.
Yes.
So we are living in a region that has high unemployment rates. Evidently, there are conflicts. If you are look at a country like Congo, it has faced conflicts most of the time. South Sudan recently joined the East African region. Conflicts. So when you look around, there are high rates of poverty, there is high unemployment, then conflicts. Three big issues. But also, when you're looking at the number of young people who are accessing education, it is still low.
Sure.
We have issues with access to education, and we also have issues with high dropout rates.
Sure.
If we are to really transform the East African region, where we need to start is equipping the next generation of leaders. We need to work on leadership.
Exactly.
If we can get an ever-growing movement of leaders, young leaders, then we can put this region on a different track.
Wow.
Icyakabi nimba dushaka gusorovinga ibintu bijyanye n'ubukene, nta bundi buryo twabikora. Dukwiriye gutraininga abana bakiri bato kugira ngo bamenye, bagire awareness muri bo, bigirire icyizere ngo nibo bakwiriye guhanga akazi, gushyiraho akazi ka employing abandi kugira ngo do turning around this region.
So that's why through equipping our next generation, we are coming up with this beautiful topic, because like it goes like tips for effective networking in both online and offline spaces, and skills needed to be to strive in the future job market. Oh my God, tips for effective networking, like online and offline. Like we got a lot. I know we got lots, and we got a lot to ask about that, but like on listening about this topic, sir, Exactly.
So networking is one of the most, if not the most important skill in life.
That's true.
You can never do big things in life if you are not excellent at networking.
Exactly.
Developing relationships with people.
Yeah.
It is good to have confidence for yourself, to really believe in yourself.
Yeah.
But to really have impact at scale, you need to train yourself. You need to equip yourself with the networking skills.
Exactly.
We are living in a world that is moving so fast, that is changing so fast, influenced of course by technology.
Yeah, sure.
But even when technology gets more advanced, it will never take away this aspect of human to human connection.
Yes.
But also with that, you need to realize that the more the world is changing, the more people are getting together in a community. So the aspect of community is very important right now. When you look closely around the global trends, when you watch them closely, people are moving more into community. Who do I know? Which group do I belong to? How am I supporting in transforming the world? That is the trend we are watching. That is the trend that is emerging. So when you bring a topic like this on networking, the topic of networking, it's very essential nowadays. We are living also in a generation that is really overconnected but underrated. So we value so much followers on social media.
Exactly. When you say I am with maybe 1M followers on Instagram,
people value so much having so many followers. But then you realize that they can have millions of followers online, but then they are sad.
Come on now.
They are sad. They are really sad within. They reach a point of they can be on a stage. They are influencing millions of people. Then they leave the stage and they are sitting in a car going to the airport or going anywhere, and they are really feeling so sad. So we are over-connected but under-related. That's why you can be having 1 million followers or 2 million or 10 million followers on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok, but you have Ismail that you call when you want someone to talk to.
Exactly.
That is what people need to realize.
Yeah.
That networking is excellent, but we are not looking at networking in terms of,
just globalization.
Yes, we are looking at having relationships with people. People know you and you know them. You can call them at 3 a.m., 2 a.m. in the night, and they can show up for you.
Sure.
That's what I'm talking about. Who knows you? Who do you know? And you need to the keyword here is know. It is the keyword. The keyword is know.
Who knows you?
Yes.
Who knows me?
Who are you in the presence of others, and who are they in the presence of you?
Yeah.
Who are they in your presence? Who are you in their presence? Who are you in their life? Who are they in your life? That is the networking. Building intentional relationships. Knowing people at a deeper level. Yeah.
Do you think we have about yourself?
Yeah.
Like your strategies or tips, like some tips you are maybe using or you have been using to breathe up your own way. Your own networking.
So for me, it is For me, I can't do one thing. I can't do away without networking. I can't do without networking. That's number one.
You can't, like, I mean, you can't live without networking.
It is impossible.
Sure.
I have to be so intentional at establishing relationships with people because I have a vision. I am building an organization, Lead Minds Africa. We are equipping the next generation of leaders. We are the vision is about equipping millions and millions of leaders, of entrepreneurs. Not just in Uganda and Rwanda, but on the African continent.
Of course.
So if you have a vision at that scale, you cannot imagine at one point that you can achieve something of that scale without networking, without building networks, without having deeper relationships with people. So how have I been? I wanted to first touch on how networking happens. There are three ways that networking happens, and this can help a lot. And this can show.
You guys take a notebooks and write. We are learning here.
This can be a way you can start to map out how you network as an individual. So number one, the self-similarity kind of networking. We tend to network easily with the people that are like us. What are the things you care about? Who are those people that care about the things you care about? Those are the people that we tend to drift towards the most. Number two, proximity kind of networking. For instance, when you have, like, iSmart House is here, it is easy for you to network with your next neighbor.
Honestly, yes.
Because you are living in the same area, you are so close to each other. So we tend to network or talk to people that are close to us.
Yes. Yes.
The third is the shared activities kind of networking. For instance, we are on the Honest Chat podcast right now. I can guarantee you that you Ismail tends to network with people who are in the podcast business.
Yes.
You are so intentional with identifying who is doing the podcast, who is in this field of podcasting, who is doing it at a level you want to get to.
Of course, like that's who I am. I mean, I follow them honestly on Instagram, to YouTube, everywhere, just like, you know. But yavuga kwa kundi ushaka kugera kure ureba bagutanzeyo kugira ngo like creating yanzira.
And that is a powerful mindset. That is what you have just touched on is a powerful mindset.
Thank you so much.
How do you learn from people who have done already what you're doing?
Yes.
Young people believe most of the time that they can do everything. They tend to have that mindset, but it is not true.
Honestly.
So we tend to network with people, to build relationships with people who are who do the same things we do. People who do golf, who go out golfing, they tend to network with people who are golfers.
Of course.
People who are in the social entrepreneurship sector, like myself, tend to be so intentional with identifying people who are already in the social entrepreneurship field. So it's so important to know those three levels. Yes. And you focus. Ugafocusinga cyane kuri field yawe, kuri area yawe. Ukavuga, so and you don't like, you don't network with everyone, but you know your field.
Exactly.
So that is very important.
Thank you.
So going back to your question, how have I gone about
your tips, like in the talking way?
Yes. I don't ask people of significant things when I have just met them.
Wow.
I don't ask people things to do for me, things that require significant trust when I have just met them. I just focus on knowing them.
Wow. Cause like knowing them easier even to be the same significant like them.
Exactly. People will never care until they realize that you care.
Wow. I'm telling you.
They will never.
Yes.
You have to make people realize that you care. And not just that you are faking it. It is real.
Yeah.
You are authentic. So that is the number 2. I focus as much as I can on being authentic. When I'm networking with people, when I'm building relationships with people, I focus so much on being authentic. It's okay to tell people that you don't know certain things. You know? It is okay to tell someone that I don't know what you're asking of me. I am not excellent in this field, and then you ask them to help you in an area that you are not good at. I have met people who have been successful in this field of social entrepreneurship, and when I meet them, I focus so much on being authentic in front of them.
Sure.
I ask them questions that allow them to share what they know with me, and with that I learn. With that I evolve.
Like, wow, you got something about caring. Ni kimwe mu bintu abantu dukunda kwibeshyaho cyane, ukumva ko kubera ko maybe bikunze kwa abantu wenda bitanga ubana aba influencers, maybe like you, you have Ismail Africa, ariko kubera ko wenda hari wenda ukine n'urugero, maybe anyone mwambitse muri conference runaka, you can't care about him or her kubera ko mva kuri Ismail Africa CEO, yet ejo bundi uzamukenera. You get the thing? Like you call something like caring. It's like being humble in general to everyone. You never know who is bringing something significant for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also I wanted to touch on what you're touching on is most times in networking people can tend to be transactional, but we need to be so much relational.
Not like,
yes,
give me, I give you. Do me, I do you.
No. Focus on the aspect of being relational, not transactional. Don't network, don't create relationships with people based on what I am going to get from them. What if they are not able? Or what if something happens in their life and they are not able to give you what you wanted, what you were going after? Are you going to end up just
like you are lost?
You know, are you just going to focus on being alone or feeling frustrated or hating people, yet it is really your fault? So the most important aspect is being relational, not transactional. That is really very important.
Wow.
People always realize who is authentic and who is not. People will always drive themselves to do for you things even when you have not asked of them.
Yes.
Because they are people.
Exactly. Actually, I want even to talk about and to come with this is a crucial way. We haven't simply like we're not even giving the nagari kiganiro kiri based on asking, answering. No, you can even interact through your comments. You can even interact through your maybe you have a comment sharing abandi bakatubwira nabo kuba byumva kwera ko networking ni ikintu kinini cyane, ariko mu kanya gato gwenda kuba tumvisha muri rw'icyongereza yavuze ku kintu cyiza kijyanye na n'uburyo twe dukora networking. One, ntujye kuri Instagram cyangwa se social media wumve ko ufite 1M 2M 3M wumve ko networking yawe ihagije. No, one-on-one networking, the relation. Kandi cyo cyakabiri none naravuze ati ntukakore navuga ngo ntugashaka ubucuti bushingiye kuguhana niba ari mfite ndi photographer umve kugomba ku inshuti yanjye bera kuko uri mu design cyane ko nzagufotora. Oya, let's first build that relationship, kitwa ni conditional love, let me call it that, bitagizeho bishingiye na hamwe. So that's why I want even to come with this way. Ukeka ko web community gatekanye za platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, both zifite impact muri ino Gen Z networking?
Zifite impact nini cyane. So abantu benshi baza understanding mu buryo bwa how do I use when you are looking at social media platforms like LinkedIn and Instagram and TikTok. The people who are benefiting the most from social media platforms have looked at them, have understood the art of using them as business platforms.
Yes.
So for instance, for us who are in the social entrepreneurship field, LinkedIn is very those entrepreneurs and professionals, LinkedIn is very good. You meet professionals on the platform, you build, you network, you introduce yourself, your work, and through that you can get people who can significantly contribute on your things, on your impact. Impact investors are on platforms like LinkedIn. People who employers are on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is more of a CV for professionals. You can design courses, you can record videos and monetize your content. So I always recommend to young people, don't just go on these platforms and post, being in fancy places, eating nice food, going at Marriott, Serena. It will get you likes,
but let alone frustrated.
But then you will just be trapped in that process of just going to nice places, getting nice pictures, posting, and you get likes, and it increases your dopamine. This adrenaline, you receive the adrenaline rush. Very many likes on my post. It makes you feel good. But are you really using your time in a way that is more productive? As others are making millions and millions of money on the platform, they are connecting with others and scaling their impact, having significant ways of networking, building their networks. So there are those people who are really have mastered how to use these platforms in very productive ways. So I always recommend that young people focus on how they can monetize what they put on these platforms, and how they are really authentically connecting with those that they are connecting on these platforms.
Exactly. Honestly, we're still talking about this huge topic with tips of effective networking in both online and offline spaces, and of course tip on skills needed to thrive. To thrive in the future job market, because job market is a huge nowadays. We are trying to be either on online, maybe in offline, but we are even tracking to be more offensive for the online things, because I know it's a huge kuri buri mwe wese ushaka gutekereza ati nabona akazi abenshi tujya kuri social media, postinga, creating something like that. But let's talk about these things of key skills tuba dukeneye kugira ngo noneho tube professional muri ya future job creation iri based maybe your LinkedIn based, maybe Twitter. Maybe Twitter is just all about information, by the way. But let's talk about LinkedIn. Nizi key skills dukeneye kugira ngo noneho tube twa maintaining twakubaka wa murongo, even though tunakeneye one on one communication, ariko nizo platform ko bivuze no zirakeneye. Which skills can we maybe zaba nka key points dushaka kuba twakigaho?
Gira ikintu ukora. Have something that you are really doing.
That's quick one and good. Yeah. Do something.
If you are focused on such platforms, find something that you do and do well.
Wow.
Something what is your passion? Don't just go on these platforms. Number two, don't just go on these platforms and just spend lots of time sending messages like, hi, how are you doing? It is good, but there are serious people on platforms like LinkedIn, and they are interested in knowing what you do and how they can be part of it. So sell. Have something that you can sell to others, a skill that you can sell to others. You know, I'm excellent in podcasting. For instance, you are building this awesome podcast.
Thank you.
If you are going on platforms like LinkedIn, you are going to, for instance, introduce yourself. You know, I'm Ismail. I host the Honest Chat podcast in Kigali. I see that you're doing this excellent work. Can I host you? Someone is going to respond,
honestly,
when they meet that kind of message in the chat. So find something that you do and do well. Number two, sell a skill. Network with people. Have a skill that makes you connect with them. Number three, be straightforward. Don't go into things that are unnecessary. Be straightforward. I am Ismail, or I am Enoch Nguranga. I founded Lead Minds Africa to equip the next generation of leaders and entrepreneurs. I see that you care about the kind of work that I care about. Can we connect? Or maybe can we meet and I introduce in detail what I do? People, you are going to get people to respond.
Wow.
Number three, number four. Really find things, know what other people like. Don't connect with people who care about technology.
Yet you are not even,
and yet you are not even in the tech space. You are going to have a conversation and people are going to realize that you are off. You are really not well versed with the sector that you are talking about. Number five, really understand your field. I started with saying find something you do and do well. If you're a professional, if you are an entrepreneur, any young person, really so much understand what you do, your field. Embark on lifelong learning. If you are in the field of podcasting, like you, Ismail, go deeper and understand your field, so that when you are given an opportunity to talk about your field and what you do, someone can immediately understand.
Maximizing,
you know. So it's important to understand what you're doing, your work.
Wow.
Yeah. Number six, be on a mission instead of just like the job or the that you do every day. Show people the bigger picture, the higher purpose,
vision.
Yeah. Be someone who has a higher purpose, who has a vision, who that can paint a bigger picture for people, and they understand that if we come along and join you, we are really spending time, we are really on a journey together to accomplish something that is that's very important, that is big.
Exactly. That's a huge, but I know we are talking a very, very essential things about networking, and now people are noting. I know you are taking a books and inshuti zanye nyinshi zikunda gukurikirana podcasting hizi ziriko zandika. I love that kubera ko you never know yegushobora kuzasanga nejo muri YouTube rye yafunga ikiganiro wongere kukibona. So you better note it down kuko numenye budasanzwe kandi tugomba gukurikirana cyane. Ariko gato mbere ko tujya mu yindi segment yacu yitwa Honest Speak, none tugaruka cyane muri networking. Ariko nanone
haraka nanone nashakaga gukoraho gatoya.
Yego
wavuze networking is very essential.
Sure.
Hari aspect wari wazanye yo kuvuga ngo ni skills zihe abantu bakeneye for the future. I mean the jobs in the future.
Of course, yes.
One thing I wanted to touch on is that 23% of the current jobs are going to change.
23%
of the jobs of today are going to change.
Amo, guys, where are you? Let's go with that one. Let's go.
World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum. Ni platform cyane nkurikirana. Ikunze gusohora reports.
Yego.
Zigendanye na future. Most of the jobs are going to be obsolete, are going to go away based on technology.
AI influence.
AI. So one of the big skills that young people who are listening on this podcast listening to this podcast, one of the skills they need to develop, they need to look into is AI and big data.
Data mining.
AI and big data.
Yes.
It's going to be so much important. So World Economic Forum identifies 10 skills for the future. 10 skills for the future. I have been reading the 2023 jobs of the future report released by the World Economic Forum. And when we networking is one essential one, but World Economic Forum touches on 10 skills that are going to be important. Number 1, analytical thinking. Number 1, analytical thinking. Are you able to look at something and analyze it, draw an analysis, and you are able to even write a report about that? So your mind,
is it wide enough
to analyze what is happening?
What's happening?
Number 2, creative thinking.
There we go.
Actually, it is so much important and needed by employers nowadays more than ever. Creative thinking. When you go into any workplace today, the word you will hear from any manager, any leader of an organization, of a company, is pushing his or her employees to think creatively,
to be creative,
to look at something from different angles.
Like nowadays, I believe in leading some quote. No, it's not quote, it's a speech, I think so. John Maxwell yize gukoraho ari kuvuga kuntu like this is 21st century. Ntago umuboss gikeneye umuntu azumubwire ngo ntago boss azakubwira ngo ndashaka kuguha akazi. We shyira akazi boss.
Yes.
Shyira akazi boss. Don't come like, hey, I want a job. You want a job. Everyone can do that thing.
So what you have just touched on combines now analytical thinking and creative thinking.
Mind. Yes.
Number 3 is, so this is very interesting. This is how fast the world is changing. One of the top 10 skills for the future, the third one is resilience, flexibility, and agility. Resilience, flexibility, and agility. This is very interesting. We recently experienced a global pandemic, COVID.
Yes.
The World Economic Forum right now in 2024, based on the Jobs of the Future report, it is saying that resilience, flexibility, and agility is one of the most important skills for the future. This is something we have never seen before.
Cause like before, cause like ntago twari twumvaga ko hazi ikintu twaguma like mu rugo umwaka n'igice imyaka ibiri.
Yes.
How persistent can you
be in hard situations? We are living in a world that is driven by innovations. People are coming up with excellent ideas that revolutionize the world in just days.
Yes.
But then we are also living in a world that where companies are collapsing.
Yes.
People are losing millions and millions of jobs.
Exactly.
So even employers are looking for employees that can be resilient, that are flexible, that are agile. They change based on what is needed to be accomplished.
Yes.
So it is very interesting for me when I was reading this report that number 3 top skill for the future is resilience, flexibility, and agility.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Wow.
Number 4.
I know.
Number 4. This is again how
so high.
this is also
I'm ready.
This is one thing that should show the people that really the world is changing. Number 4 is motivation and self-awareness.
Let's go in sports.
As an employee, as an entrepreneur, as a podcaster, how do you stay motivated? How are you aware of yourself, of your being, of your state? You know?
I got it.
So it is going to be very important in the future, moving forward, to find ways to stay motivated and aware.
Wow.
As an employee, as an entrepreneur, as a top leader, as a president, you know, as long as you are doing things at, you know, a higher level, staying motivated and self-aware is going to be so important moving forward.
That's exactly.
Another is curiosity and lifelong learning. Curiosity and lifelong learning. If 5. There is always a common saying that if you don't read, you perish. I mean, if you don't read, you don't lead. If you don't read, you don't lead.
Yes.
So
udashobora gusoma ntiwayobora.
There you go. So it is important for you to read these days, to learn, to be in a state, in motion of long life learning. I have just been for the first time I read a book in 2 days, because when I touched it and I started to read, I didn't put it down.
Wow.
It is called
like movie, like seeing movie where you can't stop that.
It's about the leader of Dubai, Sheikh Al Maktoum.
Sheikh Maktoum.
Yeah. Been like Sheikh Rashid Al, I think Al bin Maktoum, something like that.
It's his name is Sheikh Arbin Maktoum. Like because they don't lead Sheikh.
Yeah.
they just lead Sheikh.
Yeah.
So on that one.
Let me show you the book. Let me show you the book.
Let's see that. Sheikh Maktoum. Yeah.
So it is.
Sheikh Maktoum.
Yeah. So this is the book I'm talking about. This is the book I'm talking about. The Sheikh CEO, lessons in leadership, from Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum.
Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum.
This is a book I recommend to all the people that are listening to this podcast.
Yes.
That are on this podcast.
Come on now.
I read it in 2 days. It details how Sheikh was able to transform Dubai from just a desert area into one of the regional hubs of talent and innovation.
Wow.
Very important book.
Wow.
We can even just put it here.
I think that's gonna be good.
So that people can continue to see it and get it. So he transformed Dubai, but he came he became a leader of Dubai in a region that was not used to being agile, to do things
Like,
at high speed.
Maybe in 20th century Dubai was on desert, and niho twabonaga za ntambara za kera zo mu butayu n'ibiki. And now the guy, I mean Shah Maktoum, ni famille ni David Ben Mohammed. That story, it's a very big story. Iri Arabic cyane. Hari ungu wa Dubai, hari wakatari Mansour, Mansour. So like they created that kind of mindset kuvuga ngo dufite petrol mu butaka, dufite ibyo isi ikeneye, so let's attract them but kubakire tubahe bike bagende. Thinking.
Dubai, the biggest contributor to Dubai's GDP is not oil, it's services.
Icyo gisekeje kandi baracyafite oil mu butaka yuzuye.
They are blessed. When you look at leaders, when you look at leaders like President Kagame, he has managed to transform Rwanda into an example in the world.
We don't have oil.
We don't have oil.
Yeah.
But these are leaders that are very good at learning. You find that President Kagame, with no doubt, he reads and even goes out and learns and brings things he's seeing from other countries and brings them to Rwanda.
Kwigira ku bandi. Twatangiraho kare tuvuga.
So another thing is technology. Number 6, technology literacy. In our generation, moving forward into the future, 2027, almost 43% of the jobs will require, they will be done by machines. 43% of the jobs in 2027 will be done by machines. So we have to be technology literate.
Wow.
You remove kuri skills for the future, for the jobs in the future. No gute abantu bakwiriye gutangira kumenya nonaha bakitegura
bazadufasha hazaza.
I was looking at the Minister of ICT of Rwanda talk about AI, artificial intelligence, at the World Economic Forum. Oh my goodness. She's well versed with AI. When she's speaking about technology, you realize this is a leader.
Madame Paula Ingabire.
Yes. Paula Ingabire.
Yes.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to you.
She represented so well Rwanda, and when she was given that opportunity to talk about artificial intelligence, oh my goodness, the clip even went viral.
Wow.
You can really understand that this is a minister who understands her field.
Right. Yeah. And she's still young, by the way.
Very young.
Still young, yeah.
Very young.
One of the youngest minister we have in Rwanda.
Yeah.
Of course, shout out to you, Madam Paula Ingabire, and of course, Minister of ICT in Rwanda.
Yes.
Which is a chane.
Ichakarindwi ni dependability and attention to detail. Abantu bakwiriye abana abasore like urubyiruko. That's the right word.
Urubyiruko yego.
Rukwiriye kumenya how essential it is to have attention to detail. Wow. Don't go to work in the presence of your boss. You are on the phone. You are chatting. You are chatting on WhatsApp. You are scrolling TikTok
The
videos.
deletes. Come on.
No.
Come on. Be intentional for that.
Yes,
Very
but
keynotes. By the way, I love that aspect you brought it. Dufite ikibazo ko muri ino minsi ujya mu nama.
yes,
Twe nk'urubyiruko nyine twese amakosa turafite. O kugira ngo ubundi nge mbanzi ko niba turi mu nama na telefone tuyizimye. Ariko like 2 minutes we are scrolling, and one of them basigaye bitwaza ngo no basigaye bashyiramo notebook. By the way, I'm telling you, notebook ya telefone, it's agenda. Use
have a pen
and agenda. Write it, because there's something abahanga bakunze kwivuga ikintu wanditse n'ikaramu.
Let me tell you.
Come on that.
Let me tell you something that challenged me. I had a meeting with a very senior leader, an executive, top level, interest, very successful organization, and I did not take a notebook and a pen. And when he appeared for our meeting, he came with a notebook and a pen. When I said I'm Eno Kanguranga, the first thing I saw was him opening the notebook and writing
the name.
I am the founder of leader, and he was taking notes. After the meeting, I mean when it was his turn to talk to me, the first comment he gave me, he said, next time when you schedule a meeting with me, always carry a notebook and a pen. The moment you appear for our meeting the second time and you don't have a notebook and a pen, I will not have a meeting with you. You get that?
Don't come in my meeting without that.
Yes. When you look, another example, you watch closely President Joe Biden. He will never appear in a meeting without a pen and a notebook. He will never.
Of course.
That is trusting that, you know, when I appear before people, when I am in a meeting, when I'm discussing important things, it is important to take notes and use them as a reference.
Of course.
So another thing is when you are tasked, when you are given a task, be intentional at making research, at making presentations, at having references, so that when you are tasked to present, to talk about a certain topic, you can talk about a topic and people realize that you really have deeper details. You have attention to details.
Yes, that's very key one. Like, here is the thing. Rumva ukaza ushukugana na Ismail in Africa, and they don't know even that they equip young generation. Maybe I did it too well now.
So another, our time is fast running, but this is something again. Another top skill for the future.
It's number 7, number 8.
Number 8.
Yes.
Empathy and active listening. Empathy.
Proactive.
Active listening, not just listening. Active. The keyword is active. We are seeing the highest penetration of the smartphone, like around the world. Everyone has access to a smartphone.
Yes.
When you are on a dinner table, when you are talking to people, we see people being distracted, and they are not listening.
Sure.
They are absent-minded. The most important skill right now that everyone is advocating for is presence. Be present when you are with people.
Wow.
Look them in the eye. Understand what they are saying. Practice paraphrasing. When someone says something to you, you ask them, is this what you mean? And you say what they have said to you back to them. That's when people understand, like, he's actually listening. But also, because, you know, we are in an era of social media and everything, people who win nowadays are those that show empathy and actively listen.
Exactly. Of course, it's a first habit in 7 habits of 5 effective people.
Yeah, it is one of the
habits. It's a proactive. Proactive is the first habit. So, like, being proactive. You know, if you're in a meeting, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Don't go on the phone. just listen carefully.
Yes.
Try to respond as well, even asking as well.
Yes.
That's very good key.
Second last is leadership and social influence.
A huge one.
Leadership and social influence. It's going to require people who are great at influencing others, at being leaders to move the world forward.
Wow.
What has been happening in Kenya is a huge sign of leadership and social influence. The last skill is quality control. Quality control. Before we started this podcast, I saw you with your team making sure that sound was good, the lights were excellent, the backdrops are good. You know, you just look at the setup here. This is one of the aspects of quality control.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So if you are going to be in a team, you're going to work in a business, one of the skills that are going to be required for you to excel in the future is quality control.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Bring a full quality. Bring the smartness. Actually, here in Smart House, we say we give you smartness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the smartness, you know, there is a simple, measurable, variable, achievable, and timing.
Yeah.
So that's according to that. Maybe you bring a 10 tips we should look for and start to work on it from now as one of the skills we'll be needing in future use. Kwera ko kazi tuzagira mu hazaza bwo kazi zakina buno menye ko mutondekanye 44% of workers core skills are expected to change in the next 5 years. If you don't work on this, bye bye.
abantu bazasigara muri bubble yo kuvuga ngo
akazi karacyari stable, jewe nzi ibyo nkora, nta muntu ushobora kunyirukana, hari igihe kizagera wirukana. Ubona nta bidakunda pe.
Yes, if you are not learning and understanding how the world is changing, if you are not watching closely how the world is changing.
I'm telling you, technology is changing life and the world worldwide. But we are coming up with a next segment. Actually, before we go for that, the topic nziza cyane tukifite n'ubundi ivuga ngo tips of effective networking in both online and offline spaces and skills need to strive into future job market. But here twavuze byinshi, twanotinze byinshi, twanditse. We have even a good recommendation book kitwa the Sheikh CEO lessons in leadership from Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Ni kitabo cyiza cyane ushobora ku, is it online?
You can buy it on Amazon.
So I can
bookshops around Kigali should have it.
Yeah, sure, of course, maybe libraries by checking up of this.
Urubyiruko rukwiriye gusoma.
Let's read. So, and here we go. Our next segment is coming up. Honest Pick. Tujye kuganira ku buzima bwite. It's a very beautiful time. We still bring your good vibes into your online phone. Maybe your computer too. Tuma kwiga ubumenyi budasanzwe kuri networking, ariko nanone niba ukunda networking, ubu nibwo buryo bwonyine ushobora gutangira kwiga gusobanukirwa byinshi bitandukanye, by'umwihariko uza kuri podcast yacu yitwa My Honest Chat, ukiga byinshi bitandukanye kubera ko dufite turi kubaha byinshi mukeneye. Timo kubazanira abantu bafite package nini kandi ushobora gukenera ubuzima bwa buri munsi. Impamvu make sure that you hit subscribe kugira ngo utazacikwa, yewe una sharing na bagenzi bawe, ntukarye wenyine, ntago ari byiza, gusamba nta kintu kazakugezaho. Nitwa Ismail Pepe Mbindana, amaze kugaruka. ariko nanone turacyari kumwe na CEO wa Reads Mind Africa yitwa Enoch Nkuranga, akaba ari umwe mu papa mu bagabo navuga ngo bari gukora ibitangaza hano ku mugabane wacu wa Afrika by'umwihariko mu gihugu cy'u Rwanda ndetse na Uganda. And I know he has dreams gufata Africa akayiha ibikenewe by'umwihariko mu rubyiruko nkatwe tukiri batoya. I know, I am sure that kubera ko hari byinshi abari kugicucamo, hari na challenges abahura nazo, ariko izo challenges nitwe ni mwebwe dushobora kuba twafatanya hariza hamwe kugira ngo dukore ibintu byiza kandi bifite umurongo ejo hazaza. Namaze kuguha ikaze Mr. Enoch. Twagarutse rero tuye muri Honest Speak. There is no serious things here. It's gonna be fire. In the Honest Speak you have like 11 questions, but 10 is numbers and 1 is reserved.
Wow.
But you should pick on 5 numbers. But when you pick reserved question, it's ni byagaciro kuri twebwe kubera ko it's not to be counted on that 5-1.
Yeah.
So we have the time. Twakakwegereje agaseke kacu.
Oh, so you have to pick a question?
Then I have questions here, numbers.
Oh, wow.
Don't look there, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay, I have
number. Let's go.
Oh, I have just picked reserved question.
Yeah,
reserved two.
Thanks God. So reserved, just reserved.
Okay.
So here we go. There's we have a lot of questions here, but I'm going to for the reserved. You pick already reserved. Reserved only 2 questions, but we can choose one of them. It says that, what was your biggest challenge through your starting point of Reads Mind Africa?
The biggest challenge while starting Reads Mind Africa, first of all, was really believing in myself. And believing in myself, dealing with the fear that I had within, that I would be able to even take the first step and build an organization. So that was really the biggest challenge, starting Reads Mind Africa. And honestly, the second one was we all need resources. We all need finances to drive forward.
Yes.
Before you look at finances, you have to first believe in yourself. So the first challenge was not believing in myself, and having fear. Then secondly was really not having the finances, enough finances. We did our first annual leadership summit in July 2018, and I funded it.
Wow.
I had to use my own money. I actually funded the activities of Reads Mind Africa for the next 2 years using my money out of the pocket.
Come on.
So the biggest, that was really the challenge.
Wow.
I would also say people not having the entrepreneurship culture in our region.
Yeah. Kubinjizamo kubatani kwabwira ko icyo kintu gikeneye mu buzima.
Yes. Namo abantu bamenyereye kumenya ngo muhungu wanje mukobwa wanje afite akazi. Arakora n'umwarimu n'umudokita n'umuroya. Abantu hano ntabwo bamenyereye cyane abantu gutangira kwishingira imirimo. Like gushyiraho business, ku building a company kaba successful, ku building organization kaba successful. Babimenya hanyuma. Oh wow, this person was building an idea that has really become very successful. But they always think you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. And they don't even understand.
So here you go. The next. This one I put here.
Okay. Okay. Oh, the next.
Yeah, the next.
This isn't. Oh, I have picked.
You picked 2. Okay, it's okay. That's one left it down. It's okay. That's there.
We leave it down.
Or you put it back. Yeah.
Okay. So question 9.
Q9.
Q9. I think this is 9, right?
Yes, Q9. That's 9. Don't look like 6 or 9.
No, Q9.
Yeah, it's a Q9.
Yeah.
Yes, Q9. Q9. Yes. Can you share a significant challenge or failure you faced in your career.
Significant challenge or failure. What can I significant failure? What can I think of? I think the first two, I think the first 2 years of building Lead Minds Africa. The first 2 years of stepping forward and being an entrepreneur. We did not manage to raise the funding that we wanted, and that was really a huge challenge that I have ever faced. Another personal one, another challenge really that I have ever faced in along the way was losing my grandmother.
Oh, sorry.
At a time when I felt like I needed her so much. So yeah, I think.
All right. I told you we brought him here. Let's go with the next one.
Oh, the next.
Yes.
Okay, this is interesting. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, I have question 6.
Q 6. All right.
This is exciting and terrifying as well.
Yes, here we go with the family things. Ni ikihe kintu mu muryango bakuziho ko iyo muri kumwe ukunda gukora?
I joke.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually like to joke.
Wow.
But most people don't think I'm funny. So when I crack jokes, everyone is like, they're laughing. And, yeah.
And sometimes most of some people like you are musatsa n'abantu mwega mu kubare baguriki.
Yes. Ikindi bazi cyunze gukora. They know that when I focus on doing something, then I really focus on it.
Wow.
It is hard to change me, like reverse. Change my focus or my thinking when I have already registered in my mind that I'm going after this kind of thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting one. So we are now getting to know you.
This is terrifying and exciting. Question 2.
Question 2. Let's go. You are coming back on my things.
Question 2.
So it goes like, you met with Obama.
Okay. Yeah.
So ni irihe jambo rya mbere ryakujemo cyane nicyo kibazo cya mbere cyakujemo wumva wamubaza bwa mbere mu gihe impression yawe yari imeze gute?
Impression yari imeze ite? It was unbelievable. There is a unique story around Obama and me. I first got to know Obama, of course, like everyone else,
as president
in 2008. And I was a student leader in our school. And during the time when he was giving the presidential speech, the inauguration speech, I made sure that the whole school stopped and we watched the inauguration speech. So that's number one. Then I started, of course, to follow his journey, his inspiration. When we met in 2018,
the time we started,
first of all, like everyone, I was excited and I could not believe. But always, the first question that I had in mind, I really wanted to ask him, what was the turning point that made him believe in his power, believe in his ability to become the first black American president. So the impression in that room, the impression when he came to stage, I believed everything that I had believed about him before. That he was really intelligent. And sociable. The big laugh and so he created really a lasting impression. and of course him highlighting me as one of the 3 leaders on the African continent, talking about everything that I did.
Wow.
With other 2 leaders, Abasi and Karen from Kenya, was really phenomenal. Like it is one of the best moments of my life.
Like, how do you feel when you meet me, Mr. President?
It makes it you start to believe that you can also become president or even achieve things that are on a higher level, on a global level. One of the significant things that really happen when you meet people who, such leaders, people who are on that level, is the belief in yourself. That if they were able to do that, to achieve that, if I did what I'm doing and stayed on a path consistently, I can also go very far.
Yeah, even you have dreams to host Mr. President Paul Kagame, so
yeah, it is possible. Yeah, it is possible.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, it is possible. The power of visualization. You have to visualize things, and you see them happen.
Sure,
it can happen. One of the things I need to challenge you is think about the 5 people that can take you to President Kagame and make it possible to bring him on the podcast. Look at the 5, the you 5 plus the 4 others that you know. That you it is possible.
Let's go on that.
It is
That's
possible.
my takeaway. I'm going to look other 4 people to reach me on there. Like, I mean, to reach me there and invite His Excellency Paul Kagame to come in our podcast.
Yeah. One of the things I can guarantee you in life, people like to support others, but especially when you are already doing something.
Exactly.
People, we are designed to, God created us to support each other. But the most important thing is you have to be in the arena, you have to be in the field already doing things.
Wow. Here we go. It's number 4 because it's a reserved.
Question 5.
Question 5. Oh, we're back in things. We're back in the middle way. What is your favorite games ukunda gukina cyane?
I really like Scrabble.
Okay.
Yeah, Scrabble. I really like Scrabble. And I like there is a card game called oh my goodness, I'm forgetting. First 10. There is a card game called First 10. So then I love football.
Okay. It means that you're even fan of Messi or CR7?
I love both of them, but I have never seen someone disciplined in my life like Cristiano Ronaldo. CR7
self-awareness.
CR7 is on a different level of self-awareness and discipline.
That's true. Because when it comes, Messi is talented.
Yeah.
But when it comes for, that's the thing, discipline and self-awareness.
Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo is on a different level.
Something else. Because the guy, acha muri Real Madrid, kwa tureba nka newspaper saa 12 z'igitondo akabageze kuri pinch ya training center, abandi bagera saa 3. Saa 3 ariyo sayo kugera kuri pinch.
Yeah.
Saa 12 akaba yicaye muri gym. The guy is a huge. Yeah. So I think it's number last.
Oh my goodness.
But not the least.
Better be good. Woo! Question 8. Why are you saying?
That's one. Of course. I'm there. Question number 9, right? 8. It's number 8. Wow. This is my good one.
Oh really? So
moves mabgawe.
Yes.
Of course warahuye inshuti nyinshi wari disappointed, warahuye n'abavandimwe, wari disappointed in a business, in a career way. Ni ryari wigize kumva like wiyanze wiyanze, and how did you turn up the point? Yeah. I'm sorry, it's so personal. Yeah.
Nirigari numvishe niyanze. To be, I think one of the first experiences I got as a leader was how it is so hard to please people. Like it is one of the first realizations that I had in leadership. So I have been in senior leadership positions, and you lead teams, and you have to make decisions, and you have to make sure that people are that they are well taken care of. But then you realize that amongst the team members, there are those that are really hard to please. They have their own agenda. So I think it's the thing was about how hard it is to really please people.
Wow. So sorry for that, by the way. Sorry for that. I know it's hard because
no, it's okay.
When you are doing these things and starting over, and hari igihe bigeraho nyine bikaba muri yo angle yo kuba urimo gusaba gira gutya mfasha gutya nawe urimo gutangirana. I know it's hard ugira ukumva, why am I doing even these things? Why am I starting? Kuki ndi kuruhira n'abantu? I'm even experiencing that. Kubera ko starting over yose nikigenda ndiko nayibonye kigenda, and I think we should learn from that. So I think this is the end. I mean, not the end of the end, but not the trombiche mu Kinyarwanda cyiza. Our today's podcast.
Our break.
It's our break. Soon I bring back him to sharpen, because I know he has a lot in the package. I mean, in his calendar. Ariko nanone ndabisikaza tugenda n'umwanya tuganira nka gutya kwera ko ndabizi ko hari byinshi murafite byo kuganira kandi ushobora byatanga umusaruro hano hanze. But let's come up by end, but we really need your remarkable words. Twacyura, you can highlight like 3 points zishobora kudufasha nka generation. Of course dukeneye muri networking yacu, offline, online, anyway.
Thank you very much again, Ismail.
Thank you so much, sir,
for hosting me on this amazing podcast.
Thank you.
iSmart House is doing amazing work.
Thank you.
Please contact them for events management, for podcast production, audio production, photography, and videography. Everything that you need in that line. They are the best in Kigali.
Thank you so much.
So it will be it will be great to continue these kind of conversations.
Thank you.
So everyone who is watching this podcast, who is listening in, the most important thing is, if your business is building business, then make sure that building relationships is your business.
Come on, man. This is a lot.
That is number 1.
If your business is breathing business,
then make sure that building relationships is your business.
Wow.
Number 2, we need to understand that we are living in a world driven by cultivating and maintaining relationships, networks. Your networks, there is a common saying, your networks are your net worth.
Yes.
I strongly believe that we are products of the relationships we create with others.
Of course. I met with Enoch through others.
Yes. Number 3, if you are someone who has a vision, who is on a mission to do big things, you need to understand that investors, impact investors, mentors are focused on having relationships with you before they can invest.
Before investing in you, having relationship is the first things.
Yes. So focus on knowing people, not their dollars, not their Rwandan francs, what they can give you monetarily. Those are things that last for a short period of time.
Temporary things.
Yeah. And another one is look at life as a lifelong journey. You are on a journey that is going to take years and years and years.
Yes.
Don't just focus on these small outcomes.
Yeah.
Know people and genuinely be invested in knowing people.
Exactly.
So that is what I can say to to wind up this amazing conversation. It's awesome to be in Rwanda and at Ismail House and on this honest podcast.
Honestly speaking, it's one of my favorite podcast we made in this year. The Chikako Tushakuzaidi marking as a remarkable one. I know it's very impactful. If it can impact me, that's not Tumokuganira. I know all of you guys muri online mukutu kurya muce kuri izo mbuga nkoranyambaga ndavuga YouTube, Instagram, TikTok na handi. I know it's also impacting you in positive way. So Mr. Enoch Muranga is a CEO currently. CEO, maybe soon as I've got one, I'm going to say I've been I mean just sitting like a founder, then you call me, I'll be there.
So you can everyone watching, please check out Lead Minds Africa.
Yes.
Our website is on www.leadmindsafrica.org.
Yeah, that's all.
Please be in touch.
Yeah.
Contact me on Twitter, Enoka Nguranga.
Yes.
I am on LinkedIn, Enoka Nguranga. On Instagram, Nguranga Enoch.
Yes.
So you can find me.
Simply take away from Leeds Mind Africa. Highlight something. Maybe I want to join, but why should I join?
It's very that's a very important question. So we are focused really, if you are a person who cares about being a leader, serving a cause greater than self. You have an idea and you want to turn that into a business, into a company, into an organization that can impact millions and millions of lives. You want to connect with like-minded individuals and grow together, learn together, and do amazing things in life. Then Lead Minds Africa is the place for you.
Wow.
So reach out, go on the website, send us an email, or connect on our platforms. Lead Minds Africa on Twitter, on Instagram and LinkedIn.
Yes.
Let's have a conversation.
Wow. So here we go. This is SmartPod on the YouTube. Make sure that you hit subscribe. Thank you so much, by the way, for doing that, and thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for even leaving your comment. Hit so icyo nifuza nuko nubundi ejo bundi uzari kukenera nk'ingi kandi bizashobora kuzagufasha mu buzima bwa buri munsi. Jya kuri Instagram yacu wandiko Ismail House Experience. We just sharing experience. So then I know you will be having a lot of short videos ziri motivating zishobora kugufasha kukuwa even a TikTok, we are there as Ismail House Experience. And here is my name, Ismail Papi Muhinda. Simon, thank you so much, brother. The fashion production.
Yes.
Simon is our brother.
Shout out to Simon.
Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. So see you then, Enoch. I'm very, very happy to see you once again. And soon I know it will be my grand.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.